Welcome once again for another edition of Global Top 40 Retro. We're changing the format again. This time we'll be playing the whole songs this time out like we did before, but we are doing a special edition. This is the year that the Pittsburgh Steelers won the Super Bowl. So we're doing football special tributes to football all throughout the season of football, whatever. But anyway, we are doing the first start in 1974 when the Pittsburgh Steelers won their first Super Bowl, beating the Dallas Cowboys. And there we got a lot of loyal fans in Pittsburgh, some a little more crazier than others. Nonetheless, we are going to start it for you, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, for the week of September 7th, 1974. Let's hit it. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another edition of Global Top 40 Retro. My name is Anthony James Powell. We're going to do right now. We just basically are going to revert back to the old way of doing this. The last video I had got dinged with copyright infringement pretty heavily. Thank you to the labels of Cyndi Lauper and Prince. There were the reasons why I got dinged. Um, Basically, what I'm doing too, I should be able to play the whole song if I could, but I can't do that. You know, you gotta have libel and copyright infringement and all this other crap. So basically, I'm doing this the old way. Now, of course, I'm still going to do edit. I hope you enjoyed the intro. As of this moment, I haven't gotten everything yet, but will eventually. And so basically, what I'm going to do is just tape everything on the camera, load it on YouTube, and put it on the playlist like I did, but I'm using my computer instead of my phone because it looks better and it doesn't look stupid and backwards like it did on my phone. So basically, right now we're just going to do the countdown. And one more thing, I want to get this out of the way. I'm doing this. It's been 2 days since Charlie Kirk was murdered. Now I'm not familiar with what he has done. I know what he is. He's a political pundit or a political activist who basically just went on college campuses and actually talked to students and actually did debates. I remember there's actually an episode of South Park which Charlie Cook actually had a very good sense of humor about. So that tells me that he may have terrible views. This is not a terrible man. So, first of all, he did not deserve to get shot. He did not deserve to get killed. He did not deserve, especially over free speech. Now, the problem with that is now they're saying vengeance, vengeance, vengeance. And so basically, that's not the way to do it. I mean, when somebody gets hurt like this, and I'm so sorry, praying for Charlie Kirk and for Kirk's family. They got the guy. I understand. I hope it's. I mean, they're saying it's the right guy, but you know how conspiracy theorists are. Just saying. And I mean, I wish no ill will toward Charlie Kirk. I never did. I didn't like his views so much, but then again, usually I ignored him anyway. I don't. I had no real hatred toward him. I mean, he seemed pretty well compared to Trump, at least normal. So I mean, yes, this was a guy was a political activist, and I am sorry for your loss to his family. I'll say it again. Uh, Not all left wingers are this violent. I just want to say that. And not all Republicans are this violent. A lot of people on both sides are denouncing this. So maybe if Donald Trump, would grow a pair and say he would denounce this, because I know he feels that, the only way to have leadership is division. That's how he's always felt. I mean, he needs to step up as a leader. If he steps up as a leader, I'll give him all the credit in the world to say to denounce violence on both sides and mean it. Okay, I would give him all the respect in the world and will say, yes, that is my president doing this. Everybody else has done this, from Bernie Sanders even to a couple of Republicans, young Republicans from Connecticut, joined forces with the young Democrats of Connecticut and said, hey, let no political violence. We are against it. Now Trump needs to say the same thing. Just saying. Maybe if he did that, I mean, this thing like would tone down. But does he want it? Guess what? He needs it. Okay, he needs it. Be as arrogant as you want. Be whatever you want to be. But at this particular time, we need a leader, and We got to say, I denounce this. I may be a vain guy, but I care about human life. That's all he needs to say. If he says that in one way or the other, I will give him all the respect for the world and say, okay, I respect you as a president. I respect you as a person, but we'll see how that goes. All right. That's what he needs to do. He needs to step up. That's all I can say about that. I mean, I'm not denouncing the man. I'm not, no conspiracy theories from here. I'm just saying if the country needs to heal, Donald Trump has got to start the process. That's it. Okay, now I'm down off of my soapbox, and let's go on with the countdown. Number 40 in our global top 40 survey is Free Man in Paris from Joni Mitchell. I'm reading off my phone here because I have the screen set up. I'm recording this on the camera, and I'm looking at my YouTube page where the playlist is. That's the start of the process. I do the playlist, and I do these things in between. Of course, now I'm going to start editing them, so that way we have a decent show and a decent presentation. The videos usually came up in a half hour, but if you don't get dinged with copyright infringement, nobody's going to be able to watch it. So basically, we're doing this in lieu of that. So, number 40, this song is about music agent promoter David Geffen, a close friend of Mitchell in the early 70s, and describes Geffen during a trip to the two he made to Paris with Robert Robertson and Dominique Robertson, I guess the wife. While Geffen is never mentioned by name, Mitchell describes how he works hard creating hits and launches careers, but can find some peace while vacationing in Paris. Mitchell said, Mitchell sings, I was a free man in Paris. I felt unfiltered and alive. Nobody's calling me up for favors. No one's future to decide. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with Joni Mitchell. Free Man in Paris peaked at number 22 in the Billboard Hot 100. Didn't do too shabbily worldwide. That's why it's here. Here we go. Free Man in Paris from Joni Mitchell, kicking us off at